Hey, today I want to talk about a masterpiece of a bass line. Rocket Man by Elton John. I'll see you inside the video. Hey, it's James here from eBassGuitar. So I want you to imagine this scenario. It's 6 a.m. Sunday morning. I'm lying in bed with my 5-year-old son, Oliver, trying to grab a few extra winks. And so I don't have to get out of bed, I say, Oliver, stick some music on. So he says, Alexa, play Elton John. And this song, Rocket Man, comes on.
I can't find the song Rocket Man Comes On by Elton John on Spotify.
So through my sleepy haze, I then zone in and really listen to the bass line properly. This has been one of my favorite songs for decades, and I'd never appreciated the true genius and magnificence of Dee Murray's bass line. Now, Dee Murray was Elton's bass player throughout the whole of the 70s and through to the 80s, but he's not one of those names that you hear too regularly. So in my view, is just one of those really under-recognized bass players. To put it in context, he played on all of those incredible smash hit albums from the 70s, through to playing in front of 400,000 people at Central Park in New York. Now, as you're going to discover, his bass line to Rocket Man, in my view, has absolutely everything from melody to groove, simplicity to feel. He is a true master, so make sure you check this bass line out. But before we get going, I've got a quick favor to ask you. I was looking at our YouTube statistics a couple of weeks back, and I was shocked to discover that 80% of people who watch the eBassGuitar YouTube channel regularly are not subscribed to the channel. My goal over the next few months is to get this down to 50%. So I'd love to ask you, if you enjoy the eBassGuitar YouTube channel, please make sure you hit that red like button or subscribe button and the bell icon. This will mean you'll be the first to know when a new lesson goes live, but crucially, it will help us make even more great bass guitar content for you guys to enjoy. Also, I'm going to put a completely free PDF together so you can see everything we're discussing today written out in standard notation and tab. There's a link in the description below. So let's start off with verse 2, where the bass comes in about 28 seconds in. Now, what you're going to discover here, Dee Murray beautifully uses the upper register of the bass guitar to create some lovely melodic bass lines. Now, the chords over the first 4 bars are simply a G minor 9 to a C7, a G minor 9 to a C7. So what Dee does is he plays a long G up here at the 12th fret. Now, on beat 4 under the bar, he plays 3 sextuplets to get to the G, or C chord rather, which sounds like this. 1, 2, 3. Very simple, very effective. And all he's doing is playing a G, a D, a G, and then wrapping back round to hit that C. 1, 2, 3, 2, and then holds it for the whole bar. Plays the same thing again. 1, 2, 3. Hits that C7. Now, the next bar after that is an E flat chord. Now, just after the 4th beat, he plays a D to get there. So you get 1, 2, 3, bum. Now, Elton John is an absolute master of using what's called alternate roots. Now, alternate roots are where we choose a different root note, which is normally directly related to the chord. So what we do here is we have 2 beats of each chord. So we have an E flat, and then we go to a B flat chord, but with a D in the bass. Now the D is the 3rd of the chord. Then we go to a C minor chord, and then we go to a C minor over B flat, and the B flat is the flattened 7th of the chord. Then the next bar, we hit an F, but with an A in the bass. And what you hear is we have this beautifully descending melodic bass line. And if you play it in the upper register of the bass guitar, it sounds absolutely fantastic. Now, the last 2 bars before we hit the chorus just absolutely blew my mind when I zoned into it. It's all over an F chord, but with an A in the bass. And what the bass does is this. Up to a B flat to take us into the chorus. So let's take that apart. So we start on the A, and then we play 3 sextuplets to get to the C, which is the 5th of the chord on beat 3. So we end up with dum, da 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 da. And those are simply just chromatic notes. So an A, a B flat, a B natural, and a C. Bum, da 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 dum. And then he does the same thing again to get to the F octave there. So he starts off on beat 4 and with 3 sextuplets again, which is D, E flat, E natural, F. And it sounds like this. Bum. So to put a hold of that bar together, you get this. Then he just does this really simple bass line, which covers the whole range of the bass guitar. It's just this. Bum. So octave, 5th root, slide down, hit the low F there. Okay, so this is all over an F chord, and then up to the B flat there to take us into the chorus. So what I want to do now is play you the verse so you can hear these simple but beautifully melodic ideas in action. So let's talk about the chorus now, and this is where you'll discover this bass line has so many interesting little twists going on. So the first 4 bars of the chorus are simply a bar of B flat, bar of E flat, a bar of B flat, then to the E flat, and then on beat 3 of the bar we've got a B flat, but with a D in the bass. Another Elton John alternate root. So what Dee Murray does here is almost a very simple walking bass line. So B flat, D, F, E flat, G, B flat, like so. So it's root, 3rd, 5th. So simple, so effective, just using primary triads. And this is another example why it's really good to know your music theory, because you'll know and understand how this stuff works. Now in bar 4, he squares it off and does this simple rock feel, which sounds like this. And this leads us into the C chord. And now this is where things start getting a little funky. And I love this feel that he plays here. So the chord sequence running throughout this is a bar of C, to a bar of E flat, to a bar of B flat, to a bar of E flat. So he creates this bass line or this groove, which sounds like this. And what he's doing there is he's playing the C, and then just before the second beat, he's jumping down to the D, and on the last 16th note of the second beat, he's grabbing that C, and then playing back to 2 Cs, like that on beat 3 and then on beat 4 and, he does a passing note to get to the next chord. And he keeps this groove going throughout the whole of the 4 bars. So it sounds like this. So let's hear what the whole of the chorus sounds like in context. I've taught you the first 8 bars. The whole of the chorus is 16 bars. All you need to do is repeat those 8 bars again, and you've got the whole of the sequence. So this is what it sounds like. So that's it. Once you've learnt the verse and the chorus, you really do have the foundations to the whole of the song. And what you'll discover is Dee Murray plays variations of the same idea, but in different octaves of the bass guitar to really spice it up and make it interesting. So as you should have discovered by now, this bass line has everything. Beautiful melody at the top, this little beautiful walking bass idea as you hit the beginning of the chorus, and then that funky groove as you hit the second bars 5 to 8 of the chorus section. So let me play you the whole thing through to finish off the lesson. So guys, that's the end of today's video. Please make sure you listen to the whole of this track from beginning to end and really zone in on the bass guitar and the beauty of what it's doing. And also, if you've liked today's lesson, please make sure you subscribe to the eBassGuitar YouTube channel. As I said earlier, 80% of people who watch the eBassGuitar YouTube channel regularly aren't subscribed. We're trying to get it down to 50%, and it would really help us make more incredible bass guitar content if you could hit that red subscribe button. Cheers, I've been James from eBassGuitar.com. I'll catch you next week.